New York Fed President Bill Dudley said late last year that the Fed is exploring their own digital currency, and I'm just going to call it FedCoin. So does Bitcoin have a chance to compete with a potential FedCoin? Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, and again, it goes back to, I mean, and it's great. Most central banks will issue their own digital currency, and they'll be very useful. And oh yeah,
yes.
U.S.
Yes,
Because our lives are digital now. We have to, it's time. We get rid of the paper money and move on to a more legitimate system of money transfers.
Sweden has pledged that they will be 100% digital. There will be no paper currency by 2020. Right?
But the Fed, with all their thousands of PhDs and economists, Kathleen, do you think the Fed's going to jump in?
I do. They've been studying it for some time. And I think they'll get efficiencies. They won't have to print all the bills all the time, the way they do now.
Yeah, Mnuchin won't be able to stand there with a big sheet of dollars right next to him. But,
and money laundering and drugs and all of those things. I mean, everybody thinks of in the old days of Bitcoin and Silk Road and that connection. They caught the Silk Road, people because of the blockchain, because they even caught two feds who were using it to disguise themselves and manipulate and bribe people. So, the blockchain it's a semi-transparent tool. Eventually, you can catch things. So the Fed is definitely on board.
So James, what happens to the dollar then?
Well. So let's separate out the role of the Federal Reserve from the privacy issue that Eric mentioned, which is almost another issue. But the Federal Reserve is concerned with monetary policy. If there's too much inflation, how do we take dollars out of the system? If there's too much deflation, how do we put dollars into the system? There's opportunity for human error in that. So all of Asia was wiped out in the 90s, South America was wiped out in the 80s, Russia was wiped out in the 90s. It's fortunate that the US was not in a major catastrophe when we really didn't know what was going to happen in 2009 when there was the financial crisis. It was a scary time. But using digital currencies and using a kind of more algorithmic way to figure out monetary policy as opposed to random humans talking on the phone and saying, let's print up $1 trillion, is going to make monetary policy combined with blockchain technology easier. There are coins being developed like Basecoin and some others that are designed to help Federal Reserves and banks figure out this policy.